The assertions range from specific local allegations to constitutional arguments to sweeping conspiracy theories. I supported the president's right to use the legal system. Dozens of lawsuits received hearings in courtrooms all across our country. But over and over, the courts rejected these claims, including all-star judges whom the president himself has nominated. Every election, we know, features some illegality and irregularity, and of course, that's unacceptable. I support strong state-led voting reforms. Last year's bizarre pandemic procedures must not become the new norm. But my colleagues, nothing before us proves illegality anywhere near the massive scale that would have tipped the entire election. Nor can public doubt alone justify a radical break when the doubt itself was incited without any evidence. The Constitution gives us here in Congress a limited role. We cannot simply declare ourselves a national board of elections on steroids. The voters, the courts, and the states have all spoken. They've all spoken. If we overrule them, it would damage our republic forever. This election actually was not unusually close. Just in recent history, 1976, 2000, and 2004 were all closer than this one. The Electoral College margin is almost identical to what it was in 2016. If this election were overturned by mere allegations from the losing side, our democracy would enter a death spiral. We'd never see the whole nation accept an election again. Every 4 years would be a scramble for power at any cost.
So that was Mitch McConnell. I wanted to bring you the key element from his speech today at the joint session of Congress about certifying the Electoral College results, and you needed to hear that. I stand by my view that Mitch McConnell is one of the biggest ghouls in Washington, and that last night, Ossoff and Warnock's victory, one of the biggest reasons why that matters is that man will no longer be the most powerful man in the Senate. Like Mitch McConnell in many ways was a bigger barrier to progressive change in the United States than Donald Trump even. But he's right here. He's right. And we need to be able to admit when even our worst opponents are correct. He is. I'm not praising him. I'm not giving him a cookie for doing the bare minimum of standing up for democracy, but he's correct here. Donald Trump did not win. There's no evidence that he did. There's no evidence on any of the claims at all that are good enough to justify any changes, let alone changes big enough to change the result. It wasn't that close of an election. There were many elections closer in the Electoral College, and even Donald Trump's own victory, when you take the Electoral College as a tie, was certainly much closer when you look at popular vote, where he lost by millions, instead of, where Biden won by millions, more than 5, 6, 7 million. Mitch McConnell is right that this is a gut check moment for democracy in the United States, and specifically for his own party, because none of the challenges are coming from Democrats. And guys, none of this is theoretical. None of it is. because you're seeing it happen. Saw it happen yesterday in Pennsylvania, where state Republicans refused to swear someone in from the Democratic side. You're seeing it right now. I don't even need to play the clip. Status Coup has a really good live feed on it right now. Go check them out. Where, Trump supporters are storming the U.S. Capitol right now. As this is happening, guys, the U.S. Capitol is being stormed. Right now, in this moment, the law enforcement there is trying to hold them back. Elements of the Capitol are being evacuated. Look at this tweet chain. These are all journalists, many of whom there right now. It is not safe. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep doing this session. I don't know if it's going to be safe. Trump's supporters are physically and metaphorically attacking democracy right now. Mitch McConnell is part of why this is happening. So I'm not going to praise him. I'm not going to forgive him. But I will use his words in this moment to prove a point. This election is over. Trump and the Republicans lost, and nothing will change that. If Republicans want to survive as a party, and if they don't want to be known as the people responsible for the death of the American democracy and republic, they best heed these words. Mitch McConnell is one of the biggest ghouls in Washington, but there's a lot of Republicans that seem to want to be even worse than him, and that is terrifying. Trump's supporters are not going to go away after this. This violence is not going to go away. People need to unite against them, or they will succeed next time.